Hey guys, this is Jason. Yes, this is going to be another long overdue review. I've done a couple of those for a while, but I promise this will be one of the last late reviews I will be doing before going back to current movies that are coming out this month and for next month, and preparing myself for Halloween this year so that I can do some more horror movie reviews for Halloween, both old and new. And my next late review is going to be fudge. Smurfs is directed by Chris Miller. It is from Paramount Pictures instead of Sony, and it is the fourth attempt at making a Smurfs film. And in this film, Gargamel's brother, Razamel, kidnaps Papa Cmurf and tries to take over the world for his own evil doing. So the Smurfs have to work together to save Papa Cmurf and go to the real world where they encounter some weird stuff along the way, as well as some new Smurfs that have been living in the real world that come to help them. Now, before I talk about this film, I have noticed that a lot of people haven't subscribed to my channel yet. So if you enjoy my videos and you like what I do, then please leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing, because it helps my channel grow and improve. Honestly, I don't really give a crap about the Smurfs. I've never read any of the books as a kid. I've never watched any of the animated shows. I have, however, seen the two live-action Smurf films and the Smurfs: The Lost Village film from 2017, and that one was okay, but the live-action films were complete garbage. And to be honest, those two films are some of the worst movies I have seen in my life. They had terrible CGI, really bad voice acting, terrible gross-out humor, live-action characters that didn't need to be there, and an absurd amount of product placement that didn't need to be there either, and was obviously just there because it's a Sony film. Sony likes to sell their products in their movies, like have a bunch of tablets and phones just appear on screen and just have either the Smurfs or Gargamel interact with them. And you also have characters that would annoyingly say the word Smurf as a curse word in every sentence they give. Like, what the Smurf are you doing, man? How the Smurf are we doing this? I smurf you. Smurf, smurf, smurfity smurf. And ever since the first live-action film came out, these Smurf films feel like they were always given to the wrong hands. They don't really feel like they were made by people that actually cared about the Smurfs. And with this film, it really shows. This is another terrible Smurfs film that felt like it wasn't done with any effort. It didn't feel like anyone in this film was trying. The humor in this film is just terrible. It's just surface level, easy jokes. Just them making jokes about the Smurfs' personalities and their names. Like, one Smurf is called Clumsy Smurf because he's clumsy, and another one is called Brainy Smurf because he's smart, and another one is called Hefty Smurf because he's the muscle. Like, it's just those type of jokes that they give for the Smurfs, those easy jokes about their personalities, and that's it. As well as referencing a lot of the stuff that people would talk about in today's time, like Zoom calls, spamming, podcasts, and Uber drivers. Why are they doing that in the Smurfs movie? And if I didn't know this was from Paramount Pictures, I would have assumed that this is from Sony, because podcasts and Ubers and Zoom calls are something you would expect from a live-action Smurfs movie. The story here isn't very different. It's just the usual fish out of the water / underdog story about a character that is an outcast in a group, and that outcast is No Name Smurf. They call him that because they don't really know what his personality is. They don't know what he likes to do or what he thinks about. So throughout the film, he's trying to figure out who he is and what his personality is, and that's really the whole movie with him. Because every other Smurf has a name named after their personalities except him, so he's trying to figure out what his personality is. And it leads to so many cliches that we have seen so many times. It doesn't do anything new with the story, it's just the same thing we have seen a lot. Most of the voice acting was not very good. There were a couple that I thought were okay, like I thought John Goodman was fine as Papa Cmurf, but others like James Corden and Amy Sedaris were not very good at all, not even Rhianna as Smurfette. Now Rhianna is a talented artist, she has made some great songs in the past, but she is really bad here as Smurfette. She doesn't give any emotion as the character, and she just sounds like that she's bored. Also, why do they keep casting pop stars as Smurfette? Like, the live action films had Katy Perry as Smurfette, the Smurfs The Lost Village film had Demi Lovato as Smurfette, and now they have Rhianna as Smurfette. Which, no disrespect to those pop stars, they're all very talented, but why do they keep getting pop stars to voice her? Why is that a staple? And did I mention that this is a musical? Yeah, this is a musical, kind of. I say kind of because there are only like 3 songs that play in the film, and only 3 songs is just not enough to call this a musical, making the songs feel pointless and out of left field. Like, this movie didn't have a point to be a musical at all. I guess maybe it's because both Rhianna and James Corden are singers and they just want to add songs in this film for some reason, even though there's a lack of songs to call this a musical. Now, the only thing I will say does feel like they were giving some effort to this film is with the animation. The animation here is really good. It's very colorful, vibrant, and has a very fantasy feel to it. And the movie also does something different with the animation, where there's one scene in the finale, which, spoilers by the way, which I don't give a crap, don't watch this film, where 3 characters go to different dimensions and you see them become different types of animation styles, whether it's anime or stop motion. And that was kind of a cool scene, and really the only cool scene in this film. Everything else in this is just garbage. And this is one of the only animated films where I felt bored. I wasn't interested in the story or the characters or the terrible easy jokes. I had to turn the movie off a couple of times and register how boring it was. That shows you how bad this movie is. And I don't usually do that with movies. I don't pause a bad film and just register how bad or boring it is, but this movie made me do it anyway. At the end of the day, Smurfs 2025 is another awful Smurfs film that felt like it wasn't done with any effort. Sure, there was some effort with the animation. That's really the only thing that saves this film, but besides that, it has some of the same issues that we have seen from these films, like terrible voice acting, a story that's very cliched, jokes that are very easy and make the film feel boring, and a whole bunch of blatant product placement that didn't need to be in this film. If you are a fan of the Smurfs, whether you love the animated shows or read any of the books but hated the live action films and didn't love the 2017 animated film, and you were hoping that this would be the first Smurfs film, well, it looks like you're gonna have to wait another long time for that. I'm gonna give Smurfs 2025 a D. Yeah, Smurf this movie. It's really not worth your time. So guys, if you have seen Smurfs, what do you think about it? Do you think it's actually a good Smurfs film, or do you think it's one of the worst of this year like I do? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like this video, then please leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing, because it helps my channel grow. Hit the notification bell so you know what other videos I'm posting. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. You want to get the Smurf out of here? Smurf, yeah.